Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I am delighted to be joined by a former champion of the AIG Women's Open, Catriona Matthew. Catriona, can you just tell us just how special is this week and being in St Andrews and everything that means to you?
Yeah, it's a really special week. Obviously, you know, being Scottish, being British, growing up, the AIG Women's Open was the one you wanted to win. If you were going to win a major, this is, you know, the one you wanted to win. It was your kind of dream, holding that putt to win this event. And then, you know, when they started going around the open rota courses, you know, to come to St Andrews, always been one of my favourite golf courses. And you know, from the days playing the St Rule as an amateur. So yeah, it's always very special coming back here to St Andrews and playing.
If you have some questions, we'll get a mic to you, but just while we're waiting on that, Catriona, can you reflect on when the championship has come to St Andrews the previous two times to what the championship is now and how it's evolved in that time and how you've seen golf grow?
Yeah, I mean, I think I first played in this event at Woburn, maybe as an amateur back in about '94. So yeah, I've seen it change hugely. You know, once it started going, maybe 10, 15 years ago to the open rota courses, I think it really elevated the event. I think certainly the foreign players loved coming over and playing the courses. You know, they had watched the men play the open at, you know, coming to play St Andrews, Troon, you know, Lytham, Birkdale, all these ones, which just kind of put it on another level. And I would say even just in the last probably 4 or 5 years, it's just all the infrastructure and everything there is in the player bit for all the, you know, the recovery and the gym and the nutrition and all the kind of medical things. It's just, it's a huge event now.
Fantastic. Martin.
For a big event like this?
Well, I mean, I've been practicing. Obviously, I'm not playing very much at the moment, but I've been practicing the last couple of weeks and had a couple of FaceTime lessons from Kevin, my old coach. So he's got me. Well, I'm hitting it good on the range, and I played with Lottie Wood yesterday, and we had a nice little 9 holes. And yeah, I played well, but as we all know, teeing it up on Thursday is a whole different ball game. So, but I'm certainly probably the best I've hit it in a wee while. So quite pleased with that.
According to the player guide, this is your 30th appearance in this event. You turned 55 on Sunday. Is there a significance of this particular appearance?
Yeah, I think this will be the last time I play in this event. I think just you know, you want to be. I mean, not that I've got no illusion. I'm not going to be winning the event, but I think a goal for me this week would be to try and make the cut. And you don't want to come and keep playing in the event when you're not competitive. So it just felt being in St Andrews, you know, in Scotland, the home of golf. What better place to play my last one?
Cut the captaincy next week. It's a great couple of weeks for you.
Yeah, really looking forward to that. That should be really good down at Sunningdale next week. You know, I've been watching quite a lot of the amateur golf this year, the ANWA, the NCAA finals and the British Am. So, you know, they're a great bunch and we've got a great team. We had a weekend down there a couple of weeks ago. So, you know, again, we're going to be big underdogs for that for the Americans, but looking forward to it.
Ian, just over here, please.
You've got so much history, obviously, with this event, Catriona. Can you perhaps sort of reveal the sort of emotions that you're likely to feel, having said that this is going to be the last time in this event for you? And can we anticipate a little pause on the Swilcan Bridge?
I don't know about that. It might depend how I'm doing. I'm still kind of competitive. So, yeah, I mean, I think... Yeah, I mean, probably in a way a little bit of a mixture of relief to finally, you know, know myself that this will be the last one I'm going to play in. Yeah, I mean, obviously there'll be that, you know, you'll be a little sad that you're not. I mean, the event is so big now, and it's such a buzz when you come to these events to play in them. But I think you've just got to. I've realised, you know, at 55, you're not going to be competitive enough as I want to be. So everything comes to an end.
And you know, it's a very obvious point. Clearly, we can see why you would have been playing with Lottie yesterday, but that's a brilliant opportunity, isn't it, in terms of what's to come next week?
Yeah, it was really good. I mean, obviously I've watched them a lot, but they've never seen me play. So was a little bit of pressure on me yesterday. I thought, God, I better make at least let her see that I can still hit the ball. So yeah, and it was just good. I mean, I think when you're on the golf course, you can chat away to them, and it's been important just getting to know all the players. So so I think that's been good in that respect.
Beth, please.
Yes. So, hi. One of the great feats of your career is winning so quickly after giving birth. I'm wondering if you can just reflect a little bit on that time, how you managed to do that, and then give us an update on your girls now.
Yeah, I mean, I think at the time, in what was that, 2009, 11 weeks after I'd had Sophie, obviously the second one, it was a little bit easier, so it was easier to come back. But I think at the time you just get on with it, and you don't really realise. It's probably not till you kind of look back and reflect on it and you think, God, how did I do that? I mean, even now when, myself and Graham look back and think, how did we travel with them both? Traveling on tour with the two of them and all the luggage and the kind of up in the middle of the night with them, you wonder how on earth you ever managed to play any semi-decent golf. But yeah, it's just, as I say, it's just one of these things you just, at the time, you just get on with it, and it doesn't really seem as big a deal as it probably does looking back on it.
Where are they in school now? Like what?
Katie, the eldest, is just in her last year of school, driving now, which is a scary thought. And Sophie has got 3 years left. Unfortunately, they go back to school on Thursday, so they won't be here. So they're very keen that I try my hardest to make the cut.
Could I just ask one more? In an ideal world, how often would you like to see this championship come to the old course in a rotation standpoint?
Oh, in an ideal world, probably every 5 years, like the men do, 5-6 years. I mean, I hadn't really realised it had been so long since it had been here. 2013 that Stacey won it, with the wind delay that year as well. So yeah, it'd be nice to see it come. Maybe every 7 years.
Glenn, just in the back there, please.
Yeah, if this is your last one, Catriona, 2009 is an obvious answer, but what other good memories do you have of this championship?
I think this was the first professional event I played in back in '94. I remember playing at Woburn. My mum came and caddied for me. I think we made the cut, and I remember playing with Trish Johnson. So that was quite, at the time, she had done, been a pro for a while and was one of the top players in Europe. So that was quite a nerve-wracking experience for me. But I think just going around all the good golf courses, all the open venues and playing them. Perhaps my record, obviously I won in '09, but my record probably hasn't been as good as I would have liked in this event. I think before that I probably just tried too hard, put too much pressure on myself, coming back, playing in Britain, you wanting to play well in front of the home fans and family and friends. So, delighted that I managed to get the win the one time, but wish my record had perhaps been a little bit better than it was.
And in all the time that you have played this championship, how much change have you seen over the years?
I've seen a huge change. It's just now. Obviously it's a major, but it's a huge event now. You can just see that just from all the infrastructure around it. The prize money's gone up, hugely in the last probably 5-6 years, and it's kind of where it deserves to be.
Louine, please.
Catriona, in 2009, were you being woken in the middle of the night by the
No.
Katie? No.
No, my mum and dad actually came down. So my mum said she would do the 3 o'clock feed for Sophie. So she did it during the week. But then on the Sunday night, I remember saying our great celebration that I would get up and feed Sophie. So I remember my mum and me sitting there at the kitchen table at 3 a.m, having a cup of tea with a trophy sitting there, feeding Sophie.
Nick, in front, please.
Hi, Catriona. Can you remember your actual first round at St Andrews, as in casually or amateur? Was it love at first sight, or was it a kind of take a bit of getting used to?
I can't remember my first round. It would probably be a practice round for the St Rule or playing in the St Rules. So I don't know. I've always liked it. So whether it was from my first round, I don't know.
I mean, you've had a career of such longevity and success. Has there been a secret to that success without giving too much away?
I don't know. I think it was, certainly when I was, playing on tour, I always liked coming back, to Scotland in the winter, and you're with the weather, you're kind of forced to take a break. So, I'd always take at least, probably 2, 3, 4 weeks off, which I think just kind of refreshed you and got you ready for the next season. So I think that just taking a break, and then I think, you know, with having the family, it gave you you know, something else to focus on and not golf. So it kind of took away that just everything on golf.
Beth, please.
The forecast this week looks pretty challenging. What's the most difficult weather that you've played in this championship?
I would say probably Turnberry. I can't remember which year that was. I remember Turnberry, one of the days was just horrific. And Lytham, I think one of the years Sherry Steinhauer won it. Because I remember the first round she shot something like 81 and had her bags packed and her flight changed to fly home on the Friday, and then ended up making the cut and winning the tournament.
Martin, please.
Spoke about the prize money for this event increasing over the years. The R&A also do a lot of great work in terms of growing women's golf. How impressive has that been? How important is that? And can more still be done in Scotland?
I mean, I think the R&A are doing a great job. Obviously, they cover the whole of the world apart from kind of the US and North America. So, yeah, I mean, I think they've got lots of great initiatives, even just for boys and girls, and for, I think, trying to get women into golf in their Get Into Golf programs. I mean, I think Scotland's like many countries, I think perhaps in Europe, that it can be a struggle to try and get girls into it. And that's just kind of an ongoing battle, I think, trying to get more girls playing golf.
Your girls play?
Well, I'm obviously not the greatest role model because Sophie plays a little, but I wouldn't really say either of them play.
Yeah, Michael at the back there.
Hi, Catriona. Obviously, you know, you've announced your bidding farewell to this event this week. We've seen Sir Andy Murray bid farewell to tennis, and the question of legacy obviously comes up. The question's been asked in tennis, has enough been done to capitalise on the Murrays? And I suppose looking at the lack of Scottish involvement in the field this week, the same question could be asked of, have we done enough to capitalise on your extraordinary career? What's your take on that? Has enough been done, and what more could be done?
Yeah, I mean, that's a really difficult question. If people knew what more could be done, I think it would be being done. I mean, I know, you know, Scottish Golf and the R&A, they you know, have programs trying their hardest to try and get, you know, young girls and boys, not so much the problem with boys into golf, but to try and get girls into golf. I think they just need to keep kind of doing what they're doing. I think it's trying to get little groups of girls playing, and certainly from my experience, if their friends will play, more of them, you know, they'll play. So it's just a difficult one. I mean, I wish I knew the answer to your question.
Could it be a cyclical thing potentially? It's just bad luck, or there been some more to it?
Sometimes it is, because I mean, when I was playing amateur golf, there was a really good group of you know, players, and I think you all pushed each other on. Quite a few of us went on and turned pro, and all kind of pushed each other on the varying tours. So yeah, I think it is. That's what even at every level, you need little groups to kind of push each other on.
Well, Catriona, it's been a pleasure having you in here with us this morning, and we hope this is a really special and memorable week for you here in St Andrews at the AIG Women's Open.
Thanks very much.
Thanks, and best of luck.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone.